Hello, today I'll teach you how to solder batteries and solder connectors onto batteries, which is a lot more broad than what we're doing today. When you're soldering these LiPo batteries, you want to make sure that one lead is always covered, so you reduce the chances of shorting out the batteries and causing a fire. So first thing you want to do when you're soldering these batteries is, of course, strip the wire. We use 14 gauge for this. It seems it works. So you go here and you take about 1/4 of an inch off, and then you just you're gonna go onto tin. You're gonna go onto tin. You take your soldering iron, which should be set at around 600 or 400 to 800. Sorry, 400 to 480 Celsius, which is because it is it's not a delicate electronic device or anything, and it works better at higher temperatures. For delicate electronics and speed controllers, you should want to go down. It prevents them from overheating, destroying them. So to tin them, you pretty much want to use as much surface area the most surface area as you can, because that means more heat dissipation. After you're done tinning them, which is what we just did, adding solder to the wire, tinning, you want to tin the connector as well. So you go here and you tin. You add heat on the bottom of the connectors and it goes to the top, and it's just a really simple process of just dropping it in. And then for the other side, you place the soldering iron on the back end, and then you press the solder on the top, and you wait a little bit until it gets hot enough, and it will just melt on. So next up is soldering the actual cable onto the Dean's connector, which is this connector right here. To do that, you want to match up the red, which is the positive, with the positive sign right there, or the vertical connection. The other one is negative, and it's horizontal. So to do this, you simply just heat up the other side, and then wait for it to solder, and it will melt the solder on the connector, and you just hold it in place and wait for it to dry or cool down. Once that's done, you bring up the shrink wrap that you placed there beforehand. By the way, you should always put the shrink wrap beforehand so you don't forget to do it or you don't do it after you solder something. And then you get your heat gun, and then you heat the shrink wrap so it shrinks down. Making sure that you move the rubber gun around so that it shrinks proportional. Then we repeat the process for the other side. And I'll do this real quick now because you guys saw me do it before. You want to make sure the cables are always flat. This prevents them from shorting out. Okay. I'm going to hold this in place. And then you just put it there. Again, you add heat to the bottom. Wait for it to melt, and then hold down the top. Oh, sorry. And the cable gets hot sometimes, so you should use a needle plier or something to that effect to hold it in place so you don't burn yourself. So remember, safety first. try moving this around a little bit, make it more comfortable for you. So maybe that would help. And then you just wait for it to cool. It's very hot, so always be careful when you're touching these. They get extremely hot. I'm gonna add a little bit more solder to make sure it doesn't come off because it's on an angle. You always want to make it flat, but there. Now that will not be coming off anytime soon. Once you have that again, same process, you put the shrinker up, hold it in place. The heat from when you were soldering will actually shrink it some, the wrapping down a bit. Then you just like heat again evenly. And you're doing a battery. That's how you do it.